Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of History Before Us. Frederick Murphy here, and I am back in the state of Tennessee, the state where I was raised. I was raised in Middle Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee, Montgomery County, but now I'm a little bit further west, and I am in Martin, Tennessee, the home of UT Martin. I'm here for an event, but before the event takes place on tomorrow, I had to come hang out with a fellow Tennessee State University graduate and an educator and all the things, and a historian locally here, as well as Black history in general. So, Miss Beverly, tell me how you want me to call it. What you want, Mrs. Claybrooks?
This Beverly is fine.
Beverly's fine. So
yeah.
we're going with Beverly. Got to respect your elders. Please, for one, let us know about your storied history about integration and your education, right? The things in which you implemented from an education standpoint. And then we're going to get into this building, you all. So I want you all to see, this is going to be the subject of today's conversation. But I first want us to get a little bit of your background.
Well, my background is that we moved to Martin from Lansing, Michigan. I attended Lincoln Elementary School, and of course all races went there. But my grandfather became ill, and so my father's brother said, well, you need to come home and take care of Papa because I'm taking care of Mama. And he's only going to live a short while. Well, that short while turned out to be 8 or 9 years, so we just stayed here. The shock was this whole thing called segregation, which I had no experience in whatsoever. So I go to the school, and the school doesn't look like Lincoln Elementary. There's one huge building, and then there's another building that looks more like a house to me. And that's where my classes were going to be. And I went into this house-looking place that was actually classrooms.
Right.
And there was more than one teacher there. There were these pot-bellied stoves. I had never seen a stove before, didn't quite know what to think about that. And it was just such an adjustment because teachers taught multiple grades then.
Sure.
I had trouble because I had this deep Northern accent, and kids said, you don't sound like us, and I really didn't.
Right.
And I didn't know I was supposed to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Mm-hmm. So I was in trouble with the teachers the very first day by answering yes and no. So I had to learn a lot from my culture as well as the Caucasian culture.
Right. But your folks were from here.
Yes,
right.
yes,
So
and they migrated to Michigan.
Right.
Yes.
So but when you came back, was there this welcoming as it relates to at least people knowing who you were based on the family you've been associated with, that you were associated with?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
You know, of course, my parents really knew the people, but I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. Okay.
And so they were sweet to me in that respect because my family originally all were from here.
Okay.
But, you know, I had cousins at that time who lived here that went to that school, but hadn't been around them very much.
Okay.
But it was okay. What was devastating to me was having to go to the bathroom, and I asked to go to the bathroom, and it was outside in a building with a panel of little round seats carved out of wood.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
Yeah.
I had no idea that life was like this. Mm-hmm. And it bothered me. I was very unhappy, to say the least. But fortunately, I only had to stay at that school a short period of time.
Okay.
And in 1952, we moved to this building. It was a beautiful, brand new building, and which I was so grateful, for one thing, for bathrooms.
Yeah.
But there were so many more things that we as young African Americans had to endure. Our books were the books that were handed down from the white school,
Sure.
from Martin School, torn, ragged, and we're supposed to learn pages that were missing. That was awful. And my mother, being the lady who she was, had also been an educator and also a nurse for Dr. Bobskinski, and we call them pediatric nurses now, I guess,
Sure.
in Lansing, Michigan. Well, she's now a maid. How about that?
Yeah.
So my mother was appalled at these books. And so she became a member of the PTA and took on Martin, not really Martin, but Weakley County Board of Education.
Okay.
So I would say it was Johnny Caldwell versus Weakley County Board of Education, along with other members and parents. And she stood and told them, how do you expect our children to learn? You give them books that are outdated, they're old, they're torn, they're tattered, and you expect us to prepare them for this world in which we live. That's not going to work.
Right.
And so with the strong backing from the PTA, we were able to get new books, and we were the happiest kids ever.
I bet.
A brand new book. This is amazing. And so much that our children now take for granted. You know, we didn't have these kinds of things.
For sure.
But we had awesome teachers that were dedicated, even though those books were tattered and torn. They taught from their hearts, and they let us know that you have a couple of things against you. Your skin is black, and if you're a girl, you're a female.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to overcome those obstacles.
Right.
And whatever you choose to do in life, you're going to have to be the best at doing it. Mr. Connor used to constantly say, if you're going to be a ditch digger, be the best ditch digger.
Absolutely.
Or if you're going to be a maid, be the best maid. And so it was instilled in us that we had to perform at our best at all times because we had the odds against us.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were so many things that were missing from our lives. Well, we wanted a band. Do you think they were going to give us a band?
Right.
No. Well, the PTO said, we're going to have a band. Our kids want a band. So they went to Miles High School in Union City and hired their band director, Dr. V.J. Caldwell. And I took band at 6 o'clock at night. And we were delighted.
Now Caldwell is a family surname for you as well.
Yes,
So were you connected with?
No, we were not connected at all.
Okay. Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm looking over here.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the landscape, and of course there's houses around
Yes.
here, and there's this nostalgic playground
Yeah.
that's right here.
Yeah.
What was the community like around here during the
Oh,
time
that
that you were here?
time?
Yeah, like were
It
all
was
these
a-
homes already here, or no?
Yes, these homes were here. My uncle lived in that house right there, one quite similar to it.
Okay.
We had teachers that lived on this street.
Okay.
Mr. and Miss Connor lived on this street, and she was second grade, and he was science and algebra, and he later on became a principal of this school. And then on down the road a little bit, there was Miss Fannie Mae Moore, who was our school librarian.
Okay.
Also on this street, well, later on, Miss Patricia McDonald moved on this street, but we had educators on this street, so it was a very fine neighborhood.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. And so, were there any cows over there? Was it farmland over there as well? I'm just
Yeah.
looking at it, and it looks like it.
Yeah, it's just,
potentially
it was farmland over there, yes.
Okay.
The farms are all back out that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now those two apparatuses that kids would play on, those weren't there during that time, was it?
No,
Okay.
they were not there.
Okay.
No.
I got you.
Okay.
So what do we want to do? We want to look at the outside first, or do we want to go inside? It's your world. Let me know.
Well,
You want to save the best for last?
well, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But the first graduating class from this school was in 1953.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you remind people the name of the school again?
Weakley County Training School.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. We did a lot of amazing things here. As I said, alluded to it earlier, we got our band, and then they weren't going to buy us band uniforms, so our parents sent out for khaki pants and dyed them green and put a gold stripe down the side. Our colors were green and gold.
Absolutely.
And they ordered our hats. We had great basketball and football teams. There were so many wonderful things that came out of this building. I would be talking all day if I would tell you about what we did, the plays and
Right.
those kinds of things that helped us be able to speak.
Sure.
You know, we
Now-
were
now-
trained in all of that earlier.
Now, in North Carolina, where I'm from, well, I'm from Tennessee, but of course, but
Yeah.
in North Carolina where I live, they had the highest amount of Rosenwald schools. They had the largest number of Rosenwald schools. This wasn't a Rosenwald school.
No.
This was considered a tech training school. Was this under the New Deal? Is that how the funds came together for this
I'm
school?
certain that it was.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. No. But as we work on this project with this school, the architects and people that have come in said that this is one of the best built schools ever.
Wow.
That the folk who did this knew what they were doing.
And do we know who those folks are?
I don't know who they were, but we are researching that to find out who those people were. We've had a little difficulty finding that information, but as we say, we shall overcome.
This is true. This
Yes.
is true. Now, I do want to allude to this. So we had lunch earlier, and I'm a graduate of Tennessee State University. She's a graduate of Tennessee State University. Go Blue. Go Big Blue.
Right.
Right. Tennessee State Tigers. And which is an HBCU.
Right.
Here in Tennessee, in Nashville.
Right.
You did something very monumental in Davidson County,
Yes.
Tennessee, which is Nashville.
Yes.
Do you mind expressing that for us? Because clearly we're in a place of learning, and I would be remiss if I did not have her explain to you all what it is that she had to experience when she told me just moments ago at lunch, because I just think it was so powerful.
Well, as a young teacher, I was teaching at Carter Lawrence School, 12th and Edge Hill, and was enjoying my time there. We had a non-graded primary and all sorts of programs going on. And one day, my principal was pacing up and down the hallway, and I thought maybe I'd done something wrong. He kept looking in my room. And I thought, what could I have done wrong? He sent for me to come to the office, and he called me Chow, because he always called me his daughter. He said, Chow, sit down. He said, daughter, I need to talk to you. You've been selected as the top African American teacher to desegregate faculties in Nashville. And I said, I don't want to go. He said, you've got to. You speak well. The consultants have all talked about what an extraordinary teacher you are and how they have observed you for the past couple of years, and you will represent your race well. You've got to do this. I really didn't want to. At 22 years old, that was a pretty big task for me. But I thought, I can't let my people down. I don't want to, but I'm going. And so I was the first African-American teacher at Turner Elementary School. The principal was Mr. Homer Wright on Nolensville Road. The first day they threw a brick through my window. I thought maybe I should go home. But then I knew I couldn't. I can't turn back. I have to keep on pushing. And I did. And that was one of the most rewarding years of my career. My principal spoke to me at the end of the year, and he said, Ms. Claybrooks, I just want to tell you that when you first came, all the parents called and wanted their kids out of that N-words room. And I told them the only way they'll be out of Mrs. Claybrooks' room is that you remove them from this school. And he said at the end of the year, they all called and said it was the most wonderful experience that their children had ever had. And they were thankful that he did not do what they wished to have done.
You had to make them eat crow.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a good feeling.
Not
a good taste.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
for that one, I had to go on to Percy Priest Elementary School, and that's another story there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that you all were aware of that, because she had expressed that to me, and I'm just like, man, you just never know who it is that you're talking to and the lived experiences in which they've had. And so that was something that kind of, it was pretty emotional to hear. So I'm glad that she was able to share that with us. So are we ready to go inside?
Ready to go inside.
Let's go inside. Now, do we got to worry about any bats, any raccoons, any...
Well, not the last time I checked. We were here, we've been cleaning out the building. The building sat empty for many years, and I would go and ask, and I could never get it. Oh, there's something that's going to happen, or we're going to do something with the building. And finally, one day, I went in to ask for a meeting, and the mayor asked me what the meeting was regarding. I said, we would like to meet and set up an appointment with you to talk about the school. He said, well, Beverly, you can have it for $1. I was stunned. And so I called the rest of the people that were in my organization that had worked closely with me, and they said, "Did you say yes?" I said, "Yes." I said, "But was it okay to say yes?" They said, "Yes, you had better said yes." And that was the beginning of my journey.
Yeah. That's what's up. All right. Let's do it.
Do I need to tell them what's going to be in here? It's going to be a lot.
Are there artifacts in here?
What?
Are there any artifacts in here?
No.
Okay.
No, I have some at my house.
Okay. Now, did people donate them to you, or
No,
some
Miss
things that your mom
Connor,
had?
Mrs. Connor, when they decided to integrate, they threw all of our trophies and all of our pictures out of this school because it became Martin Middle School.
Listen, I've heard so many stories where this has happened, to where they
Yeah.
would go into these schools and just put them out
Yeah,
in
let's
the
just
dump
throw
for
them
it to be
out.
thrown
And
away.
she went and got them, and I have my huge class picture. I don't know what's wrong with my key.
You want me to give a stab at it?
Let's see if you can do it better than I can do
Let's
it.
see.
What's wrong with it?
You sure we got this is the right key, right?
Oh yeah.
Old MMS?
Yeah, that's the only key.
Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we're going to the right. There we go. All right, you got it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have to.
Put a brick.
Yeah.
All right,
There
let
used to
me
be
grab
one.
something over here.
Yeah.
Actually, I can put this right here, over there. There we go. All right. Got a little weight to it.
Yeah, that'll hold
good.
it. Yeah. So we're ready
All right, let's do it.
with my trusty flashlight.
Yep.
This was, if you look here, it has train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah.
That still stands here.
And that was original.
No.
Okay.
Original, it was glass here. It was the office.
Okay.
And, you know, when I first started working on this project, it wasn't defaced as much as it is now. We tried to keep people out of it, but they
Yeah.
seemed to find a way in it.
And we see some of the vulgar things that they
Yeah.
got
It
over
is
here.
a $5 million project
Wow.
that's going to bring great things to this area.
Right.
Awesome things. This was the front office.
Wow.
Right here.
What do you remember most about this? Were you coming in and getting smiles from administration?
Come in getting smiles from the principal, and he's talking to you and telling you to have a great day. And all down this hallway were classrooms. Our classrooms.
Yeah.
And you can see we've got a bad leak, but we have cleaned stuff out of here.
And as it relates to cleaning, like you do volunteer days where people come?
Yeah, we have volunteers to come up. They clean the shrubbery, and it's really been wonderful. Worked
Okay.
inside of it. We've had our county mayor has worked with me in here. We've had people from all walks of life to come and help that are interested in this project.
Okay.
So we're excited about that.
Good.
This project has no color. This project is for all of us, and we have the support of so many different people.
That's good. Even folks outside of the county?
Yes, even folk outside the county. Glad you said that, because some of my investors are from Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay.
So we have Michigan folk that are flying in that are very much involved in this.
And ultimately, what would this space be?
This space it's going to house a lot. We're going to have classrooms. We're going to have tutorial services. We're going to have gifted and talented. We're going to have 2 gyms. We have workout rooms. We're going to have a state-of-the-art cafeteria and an area where you can have your family reunions and all of those
wow.
kinds of things. Technology center, library. My niece out of Atlanta, Georgia, is going to house a business of hers here where she gives $10,000 to young women that are interested in becoming entrepreneurs.
Okay.
We're going to have theater
wow.
music. We're going to have industrial arts. When I was in school, that's what it was called, industrial arts, where the young men will be trained how to work with their hands. We're going to have soccer programs for the youngsters, football,
and there's
basketball.
plenty of space in here, too.
Yes, and two of my nephews were professional athletes, and so they're going to use their influence to bring some of those folk down to hold camps in the summer. We're going to have areas for our senior citizens to come, and I want a program with them where they can read to youngsters in the afternoon or show them how to knit, sew, to make their lives feel full once again. We're going to have a walk-in clinic, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
So this is something that this community needs.
For sure.
We have no place for our children to go. We speak of them being in the streets. Well, what do we have for them to do?
This is true.
When I was in school, this was the cafeteria. And of course, they changed it to something else entirely. But this was where our cafeteria was, and this was where our library was. You see a few of those old bookcases there.
Yep, sure enough.
And all
some of your
down-
teachers, what were some of the name of your teachers?
My teachers,
the most memorable ones.
Ms. Florence Connor, Ms. Pearl M. Hayes, Mrs. Armstrong, Mrs. Henderson, Mr. Parks, Mr. Connor, Mrs. Hunt. So we had a lot of teachers, a lot of them.
Now, were they all from the community, or did they come from other areas?
Most of them were from the community. Some came from Fulton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more than that. That's just the ones that I'm thinking of. Oh, we had, I think Miss Hunt came from Jackson. She was our music teacher.
Okay.
Miss Templeton was one of our teachers. Miss Norma Champion was one of our teachers. So we had many teachers. Miss Fernese Royster.
Yeah, watch yourself.
Okay, yeah.
It's broken.
So all of this, we've taken the towels out and bookcases and chairs and things out of these classrooms.
How important is it for people to repurpose old buildings as it relates to keeping the character? Because I think that right now we see so many just kind of popcorn, put together type buildings that don't have any character to it. Right. So what are your thoughts, and how important is it for us to repurpose these buildings if the opportunity presents itself?
The thing that's so important to me is the legacy that it leaves behind. These halls have housed people who have made great strides in their lives. Our memories are here. It means it's much more than a building to us. It's a place of love, growth, integrity, motivation, enthusiasm. That's what this old building has done for us. Yeah. We have some of the greatest scientists and engineers in the United States that walk these halls. One I would mention is Dr. Harold Connor Jr. And we've had people that have walked these halls that, such as Dr. Dorothy Louise White Smith, great writer, first African American on the Board of Education in San Diego, California, who started all different kinds of programs. Right. So there are many, there's just two. We have those that were anesthesiologists, all kinds of things. Jimmy Jo Kelso, Rachel Ann Atkins, who was over a whole nursing department.
Right.
So
there's another hallway down there.
Yeah.
What led down there?
Yeah, it's kind of rough down there.
Yeah.
We might not better go
no,
down
it's
there.
fine. And then I think that it's also important that we do kind of show this sign right here, because this is, and I go to some places and you see this type of graffiti, and it's just it's ridiculous, because how people degrade individuals still in this day and age with all the craziness that's happening in the world.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous. And this is kind of easy, right? Like, this is the go-to that people do when they go to degrade black places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So try to be a little bit more creative, because we've seen this over and over again. It's not that
Right.
it doesn't have an effect, but it's like, you know, come up with something new, right? But
Yeah.
this space is a black space, and it's a black
That's
space
right.
of excellence that overrides this derogatory word. So, but I just
And
hate to still see it.
it is still so very painful. And what has bothered me most is that a lot of this has come, they've done this recently as they see us getting ready to make this a place of higher learning, a place of hope for our community. Why would you come into this neighborhood and do this?
Yeah, because they see that it's some good forward motion that's happening, so that's why they did
Yes, yes. And see there once again, this has all come up since our clean out, which has just been several months ago.
that. Right.
Our gym floors were in pretty good condition. As you go down here, this was where our concession stand was many years ago, I guess, and still is to a certain extent. I'm kind of holding on to this because
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's
want to
okay.
slip down here.
No, it's okay.
For our ball games, that was our concession stand. One of the old water fountains,
Yeah,
very, very old.
for sure.
Yeah. And then we walk into this gym. And it's awful. And as I say, a lot of this is very recent. It looks like every time I come, they've done something.
Yeah.
They've broken in. The floor was in pretty good shape at one time, but because of those windows, the weather has messed it up pretty badly. However, I've been told that this floor can still be saved.
Okay.
And that part has to be replaced, but this can be saved.
That's good.
These are the old bleachers. I can't believe that they're still here that we had.
What side did you normally sit on when you came in?
To my right.
To your right.
I was
You
always
had your
over
designated
here.
space where you sat?
No, just over here. My little crew was always over here.
Did you,
That
was
stage-
it a name for your crew or?
No, we were just
No?
a crew.
Okay, I got you.
And our plays were held up on that stage. Wonderful plays. I remember Miss Hayes did a play, Hansel and Gretel, and I was Gretel in the play. And that's where we learned how to speak and learn to memorize things. And this is a part of learning. And they initiated that into us at a very early stage in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We had Ms. Royster, we had our fashion shows, and we'd make our dresses, and all our families would come. The gym would be full to watch us model our little clothes.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
Those were our locker rooms over there.
After the school shut down, what did it turn into? What did the building?
Well,
what was
what
it used
happened?
for?
After Martin Middle School moved, then a private Christian school took it over,
Okay.
and they stayed here for a while, and then they left, and then it was vacant, and I was still struggling to get it.
Yeah.
Had I been able to attain this building
Much sooner.
years ago, yeah, we would already be in here. We wouldn't be going through all of this.
Yeah.
But you know, anything that's left vacant, what happens?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
These are the elements that you know
Yes.
come about. Squatters, people that come in and
Yeah.
disrespect
Yeah,
it
people
and-
were sleeping in here. We thought we got rid of all of that, but who knows?
Yeah.
And this part was not here. That was just double doors. But when it became Martin Middle School, they added this on down here.
Okay.
So we talked about maybe using that as part of a second gym or doing what we have to do because we're going to have 2 gyms here.
Right. Right. What was
So-
the expectations for students that attended here?
The expectations for us
Yep.
was that you go out into the world and you make a difference. The words that they always said to us, be somebody.
Yeah.
And they meant that. Whatever you are, be at the best at all times, because the odds are stacked against you.
For sure.
So they wanted us to become somebody in life. And you know what happened?
A lot of you
Most of us did.
Yep.
Most of us did. We worked hard. We did not want to let, one thing about it, we did not want to let our community down. And then the community was so much a very part of our lives. We attended church with our teachers, and that made a difference. You got in trouble in school, your mother's going to see your teacher at church and your father, and you were going to be called aside.
For sure.
And if you got in trouble at school, you were in trouble at home.
Yeah.
They were a very important part of our lives, and we did not want to let them down. And I can remember taking a test, and it was so hard. And I was thinking, I've got to do well on this test. I've got to. And I could kind of hear Mr. Connor, who was my math teacher, saying, Bev, you can do this. Go ahead. You can make it. That was just in my mind.
Yeah.
And boy, did I do well on that test. But it was because of the encouragement that we had from our families. And as I went to my wonderful TSU, when I would come home on break, the little ladies would say, Miss Nora Royster being one of them, Beverly, before you go back to school, come by the house. And I would go by the house, and they'd stick their hands in their aprons. Miss Nora would have that little money rolled up to give me. You know, $5 was a lot of money then.
They take
so,
places, exactly.
Yes.
So,
and they would do that kind of thing. And then one of her daughters worked at Mary Lee's shop, which was a very exclusive shop at that time in Martin. She would get me sweaters. She said, I want you to look as sharp as everybody else. And it was a community thing. So you worked hard to make your community and your race proud of you.
Yeah, I love it. How many people think, I'm not going to use the word crazy, I'm going to say, but who's that weird lady that just keeps on pushing for this school and pushing for this school? How often do you get those types of comments?
I get them. I have been insulted in many ways, but it doesn't matter because you can't break me.
Yeah.
You know. It's a waste of her time.
Yeah.
Why would she want to save that ragged old building? It's no good anyway. I remember one of my daughters, they didn't tell me, but it was on Facebook. There's a little controversy going on with downtown Martin City Hall and things that happened there, which I wasn't involved in at all. But then someone made the statement, well, they need to see something about that old Beverly and that old ragged building. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
That person doesn't even live in this state.
Oh, wow.
But was originally from Martin.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, folks have tried to discourage me and say it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your money because I keep the lawn up. I pay for all of that. I pay the taxes.
Yeah.
But it's my love
That's right.
for my community, for the people, for the children.
Yeah.
You have to get out of yourself and learn to do for others. And this is to save our children.
This is true.
And we can do this. We can do this. And on the other hand, I've had so many wonderful people to come on board and said, God's got you. And we do too. Don't give up.
Yeah.
God's got you. It's going to happen.
I love it.
It is anointed by the Lord. And that is my belief. Why would we let a place such as this with these strong bones, to see how it's holding after all these years of being vacant? She's holding strong.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you get that. You get your naysayers and those that choose to try to discourage you. So what would you want me to do? Just sit idly by and everybody goes by the building. Why don't y'all do something about it? Notice, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you come help?
Or being that it's 2026, why don't we do something about it?
Why don't we do something about it?
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of people really trying. I've got some great grant writers, and we're getting everything together. My good friend, the Dr. Bobby Jones, is going to give me a concert.
Okay.
He will be here on May the 9th with the super choir in order to help with this project. But if you look at this building, strong.
Strong.
And that's what the architects say.
Yeah. Strong. Y'all have to excuse some of the words and things
Yeah.
like that you see, but it comes along with it. You know, it ain't things
Yeah.
that it ain't nothing you ain't never seen before.
Right, right.
We keep it moving. So, what condition was it in before this? Because it looks like a lot of movement has happened on the floor and things like that. So, was the condition even worse before this transpired?
It was better before this transpired.
Oh, so this is a step back.
This is a step back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been done
Recently?
Okay. Very recent.
I thought this was part of the cleanup, but you're saying
No,
that
no,
people
no,
came in and added to.
They
the
added
mess.
to this.
Oh, man.
This is a step back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
But we did get a lot. The cleanup got a lot of this out. You can see where we did move a lot out.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff here, and I guess I'm thinking about on the walls and all, that's after the fact. But we did get so much stuff out of here. You can see kind of where insulation and things are where we pull things out. But the cleanup really helped. We got almost everything out except our stadium seats.
Okay.
And we're going to get those out.
Okay.
But yeah, cleanup really helped. They worked hard and long down here, but at one time, this floor was just great. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah, for sure.
But as we say, we shall overcome. And you've got to believe that.
Yeah. What is it? Obviously, how important is it from a legacy standpoint? And I'm not only hearing you talking about your kids, but I'm hearing you talk about nephews. And so it is far supersedes just your immediate nucleus.
Right.
What is it that you are hoping your everlasting gift is by doing this project?
That, as the song goes, if I could help somebody along the way, then my living has not been in vain.
Yeah.
That's all I want, is to help our children grow, to save our elders and get other people motivated to give of their gifts to someone else.
Yeah.
If I give you a hand, you give me a hand, and we just keep on giving a hand.
Yeah.
Until the circle is full.
Complete. Yeah.
But if I can help somebody along the way, then my living has not been in vain.
And I can
That's
hear,
all
I can hear the emotion and see the emotion in your face, and I'm sure other people can too. I tell people all the time, it takes a toll on individuals who are empaths and want to see progress happen in humanity.
Yeah.
Often.
Yeah.
Because people don't know what's ruminating in a person's head that wants to see all of this clean, all of these different changes, and just wants people to get it together so we can work together as a fist versus separately as a hand.
Right.
Do you find it easy for you to get more emotional now, the older that you are, about projects such as this and moving culture and society forward? Because, and I'm not saying this to knock on wood, to say anything, because there's not as many years ahead as it was behind. Like, how much of just you thinking about life in totality weighs in on your emotional response?
It's urgent.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I only have so much time left.
Yeah.
And so I want to see this done.
Sure.
And it's urgent that we get it done. It's urgent that we do it right now. We've got to meet the needs of our community.
Yeah.
And by doing this, we can bring so many different things in.
Change lives.
Change lives forever.
Businesses can come here,
There
a
will
lot
be
of
people
things.
on a salary working here. I don't think that some people really understand what this is going to be. We're going to pay people to work here and to run programs that are going to be an asset to others and enhance lives of many.
Yeah.
And so it will change this community so much. It will be a state-of-the-arts building that we can be proud of.
Yeah.
And that is my goal.
For sure. Gonna run neck and neck with UT Martin?
Oh, and by the way, when Ali comes back, we're going to meet with the chancellor and talk of having a portion of their nursery school run out of this building.
Okay.
There's so many great possibilities.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's things that we need. They're running out of space, and we would love to have them here.
And now, as it relates to, and we hadn't talked about it, but obviously your shirt, you are a member of
Alpha Psi.
Yep. So as it relates to things from a sorority standpoint, has the sorority been involved in any way, shape, or form? Have you gathered some of the troops?
Well, some of them, yes. We've been talking about it, and we are making plans for some of them to get involved. But I'm hoping that a large amount of them will get involved as I reach out, because I have not really reached out to them as much as I should have.
Sure.
So that's on me. But I'm expecting my sorors to come through.
Y'all see, she looked
when
really
I knock
intently
on the door.
She looked really intently at the camera, y'all. So the AKA's 1908.
So AKAs, you know what to do.
Absolutely.
And Alpha Psi, always and forever.
I love it. You're doing great work.
I'm trying.
No, you're doing great.
People have no idea how much sleep I have lost over this.
Yeah.
And how many things I've had to endure.
Yeah.
This little locker room right here, I'll carry that scar on my finger forever. So we were supposed to be doing something else. We were in this locker room, and there was an old commode sitting over there, and I was just talking and doing this, and I swung that hand around, and it hit that commode and ripped that finger open.
Oh, Lord.
And so I said, I was about maybe 10, and I said, oh, the guts are coming out of my finger. And my principal fell out laughing. I did have to get stitches, but it was not the guts coming out.
The guts are coming out.
But you have all those old memories.
Yeah. You know, it's in the dark, it's a creepy old building, but when you come walk through and you hear the story that goes along with it, it warms it up. You know, it makes it feel, even with all the derogatory things that you see on the walls and things like that, you can feel the spirit and the love that was once in this place, and that's being poured back into this place as well. And so,
it was here. They molded our lives, and the teachers were so dedicated. And after I grew up, I knew they weren't really making any money. I didn't think that then, but they were just so devoted and to have us reach goals that they couldn't.
Sure.
And to make our lives better than their lives had been when they were growing up.
Well, you know, being a K through 12 teacher, I feel like you kind of go in knowing that you are grooming the next generation to make more money than you, et cetera, because we know that, to me, this country doesn't necessarily value education from a K through 12 standpoint the way that they should, and even higher ed in some instances. So you kind of go in knowing that, hey, I'm going to be providing a platform or a general educational basis for a person that's going to go be an astronaut, that's going to go be a physician, or whatever their heart desires, and that will most likely surpass the salary and the accolades, etc., that you get as a teacher. But it's just something gratifying about saying that I was part of that journey. That regardless of money, the gratification means that much more. And that's why teachers are so special.
Yes, it is a very honorable profession. And if you don't have the passion for it, then you should leave it, because it takes passion to be, I don't want to say a good teacher, I say an outstanding teacher. And that's what we need.
That's true. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That's it.
There was one teacher that taught here that came over to encourage me, and she read that and she just broke down. She broke down. She was a teacher at Martin Middle, and it was Martin Middle over here.
So this is an extension over here, right? This was added, right? So the original building starts right here.
No, that was there. It's down on the other end that was added.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was part of the original building. That was our cafeteria right there.
I got you. Let me put this back over here. So what is it that you all have going? Y'all have some fundraising activities now? Is there any place in particular where people can see where those things are happening and things like that?
Well,
Or can you just send me some information when the
I
time
will
comes
send you,
and then I can update it?
yeah,
so
I'll
people can
send you
sign?
some information. We're working on a web page,
Okay.
and because we know that we've got to get all this information out, and there have been people that have been so kind who have come and just put it all over Facebook.
Yeah.
But my secretary is working on a web page, and I'll get you all that information.
Okay.
Because we need all the help that we can get to make this dream come true.
Yeah.
And as I said, there are many fine people that are helping us with this. Many people of the other race have been so good to me and so kind to me and encouraging. So I must say that because that is a truth.
Sure.
And it takes all of us, because in the end, when we go to heaven, do you think there's going to be a black one and a white one and a
Right.
brown one? There's going to be one heaven.
Yeah.
So we all need to work together while we're here on earth. And that's just my feelings.
I concur 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in closing, we just did the tour.
Yeah.
You told us about some of your own personal experiences in life
Right.
during Jim Crow, post Jim Crow, or,
Right.
post desegregation. There's still some elements of Jim Crow that's in place right now, as we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
What is it that you would like viewers who see this specific video to take away?
That there are people in this world that love others more than themselves. That there are people in this world that are dedicated to good. That there are people in this world that love mankind.
Yeah. I love it. Listen, like I always say, and you all know my tagline, if you enjoy this type of content, please make sure to subscribe and share. I love coming to these small towns such as Martin, Tennessee, and I've been to a lot of small towns across the country, to bring to you all unheralded history that you may not know about, unrepresented history. And this is exactly one of those stories. And so Ms. Beverly, she's doing it. She's doing the work. She has allies in the community that's doing the work, not only here, but in Michigan and Atlanta and other places as well. And so hopefully I'll have a link or some resources that you all can go to kind of look at some of the history of the school, as well as ways in which you can contribute, whether that is by sweat equity, or whether it's by money, or whether it's by sharing and word of mouth, that we're able to amplify this specific story and highlight the individuals in the community that are doing the work. So again, if you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe and share and consider becoming a member. Peace.